a natural and diet. You're right, by way of that.
Everyone who
So we
know all the
always
tricks about natural healer. So I come to discovering the gout and the rest of the things. How you doing, sir?
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You always get busy in this place, man. But want to know more, a little bit about how do you discover the gout?
Gout. Well, the makeup of gout comes from the meats, the beans, and different foods that you eat. That has what is called purine in it, P-U-R-I-N-E. It has that in the beans, in the meats, in the cauliflower family. And when you eat a lot of that, then that purine goes into your system. And when it gets into the system, it forms uric acid. And uric acid itself, in turn, forms crystals. And that's why it is so damaging to the feet, the joints, anywhere in the knuckles, and it can cripple you. It is the worst form of arthritis that there is. And the way I got gout was I was detoxing a brother's feet and he had gout. Well, I didn't know he had gout, and I didn't have my mask on. And so as his gout came out through his feet in the water, I got a whiff of his fumes. And when I got a whiff of his fumes, I got very ill. And when I got ill, it was almost like a flu-like type thing. And so I went downstairs and I laid down. I was cold, shivering. And the next thing I know, it was a weekend. And the weekend brought about that gout feeling within me. So I had to go to the hospital. To the hospital. Let's see, when was it? One weekend I went to the hospital. I lost the use of my feet, and my knuckles and everything was very painful, and I couldn't walk. They had to carry me
because of gout.
And because of gout, everything had locked up. It's like this picture here that Brother Glasgow was showing you, how the feet swole up, like sort of like what can I say? Like a stiff.
And you can't walk.
You can't walk. No, you cannot walk. You cannot use your feet at all. So I went to war against gout until finally I found the formula that has kept me out of the hospital now, 3-4 years now, that I don't have to worry about gout. That's why that green sign is out there.
Jesus Christ. Finally, yes. Finally, I started to understand how he get to treat the gout. It started with him first of all, and now he know it and he can do it better and treat the people better. Let me continue with him.
This gout, you have to drink plenty of distilled water. Plenty of distilled water. You need your charcoal. You need gout formula, which is uric acid depletion. You need a gout homeopathic tablets. You need turmeric tincture. That's that sign right there. See where it says gout formula?
Yeah.
And that formula there will help a person rid themselves of gout. But the first part is what they put in their mouth. You have to stay away from meats. I mean chicken, fish, everything.
Stay away from meat.
All meats, all beans, all cauliflower family. Because if you don't, then that gout or that uric acid gonna form into crystals. And in each one of our knuckles, there's crystals. In our elbows, there's crystals. You follow me? But they don't bother us because they're movable. But when the gout hits, then they become immovable. They cannot move, and they just lock your hand, they lock your wrists, they lock your knees, they lock your feet in place. So, anyway, gout is a terrible dis-ease. At first the doctor didn't tell me that it was gout. I knew it was gout.
Explaining.
So when I went there the last time, that doctor told me, he said, well, you have gout. I said, well, I need to know more about the gout. I said, because I run a health store, I have a clinic, and I need to know what I can do to stop this gout. Just like all these different formulas over here. You know, these are different formulas that we make up.
Yeah.
You know, the arthritis, the blood purifier, the hay fever sinuses, the high blood pressure, the cancer, all the way down to these different formulas that has helped people down through the years. And this is the 30 years that we've been here, and it has really, really helped people. People have come in, pass us by year in and year out. And then they ask, how long have you been here? And when I tell them 30 years, they're really surprised because they never stopped in.
It's true.
But we have helped people, and we're still doing it.
This is for real. Now I have more things to find out from here for you and explain to you guys one more time. How do you know that someone has a gout?
Well, it normally hits at night when you're in the bed. And you go to bed, everything is fine. Your feet feel good, your hands feel good, your knuckles feel good, your knees feel good. Somewhere during that night, that uric acid will become crystallized into your system from the purine from the foods that you eat. And when you get ready to get up and hit your feet on that floor, you don't have no feet. In other words,
the feet become like a dome.
Right. That plus is very painful. And you hear people say that if you truly suffer from gout, you don't want the sheets to touch your feet. Because it's just that painful, you know. But that's how you know you have it, and once you get to that stage, you don't want to know no more about it, except for how to cure it, how to get rid of it. And so that's what I have been at war with, along with all the rest of these medications. I have been at war with gout, and I have been free of it now for I don't know how long. Now, once you get it, you will know if you're eating the wrong things, because you'll get a sensation in some part of your joint.
The joint.
And then that way you know, I'm going to have to clean my act up. I'm going to have to stop eating this and stop eating that. And then you go on and you do your distilled water, do your charcoal, whatever it takes to flush your system of that uric acid in your system.
Oh my God.
And it can cripple you. It will cripple you, and you will not walk.
Back to I'm really pleased with this explanation, and this is the real explanation I ever heard from brother Pastor Taylor since I've been hearing about the gout. And I'm gonna find out some more things I explain to you guys. So I'm going to ask him another few questions. Like, if someone having a kind of fever, don't understand what kind of problem he or she have, what are you going to try to do?
First thing that I do here, I work along with medical doctors. I do not believe in the drugs that they give you, but I work along with medical doctors. So I ask them, have you been to the doctor? They would normally tell me yes. And so I said, well, bring me your doctor's report so I know what they have diagnosed. And once they have diagnosed and I know what their problem is, then what I would do would give them whatever is necessary to rid them of their problem. But first of all, I want to know, have they been to the doctor?
Correct.
And we don't try to take control of a person that's going to the doctor. We don't tell a person, you can't take this drug or that drug. They automatically know that if it is a drug, it is not human. So what they do, they are tired of taking the drugs anyway, so what they would do, they will come here to find out a natural way, a more natural way to deal with their problem. But I do work along with the doctors, because there are going to be times when you will need that doctor, especially for diagnosing.
Yes.
Now, we diagnose here also because we have what is called chemistry analysis. So we take a person's sample of a person's urine, take a sample of a person's saliva, and we can analyze what their chemistry is throughout their whole body. And then once we analyze that, then we can determine what they need to correct the condition that they have.